was living in Sudbury, I was acting. I was doing as much as I could up there. I was doing children's theatre, and I was working at the Sudbury Theatre Centre and in the university. And I had a little boy, and so when he was school age, I thought that would be a good time to move down to Toronto. I really loved stage managing. Yet again, I didn't do any schooling in it. I just started gaining knowledge, and mainly from the people that were working in business. Somewhere in the mid-90s, things started to really dry up for theatre, and I was catering a lot, and I was doing whatever I could just to pay the bills. So at that point, I thought, you know, I've got to do something else. And my father actually got really sick. He was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, and he lived up in Sudbury. So whenever I'd go and visit him, I would just massage him, but I didn't really know what I was doing. I always said to myself, when theatre stops being fun, when I no longer think it's really art, then I'm going to find another profession. So my father was one of the reasons. And also I had 6 years before my little boy was going to university. And I just had made as much money as I possibly could in theatre. And I just thought I just need a change. And I wanted to work with people, and I thought that was the way to do it. My son died when he was 20. He was walking across the street and he was shot and killed. And at that point I had been a massage therapist for I think about 4 years. And he was in his third year university. So I was kind of at the point where he was just ready to take off with his own life. And I was thinking, well, what am I going to do with mine? So when he died, I actually couldn't massage for a long time. I just couldn't touch people. And it was like, how could I possibly massage someone when I just feel so empty? I went back to theatre. I was able to do that for about a year. My mother said to me at one point, she said, you know, you have to find a purpose. You know, you have to do something with your life. Then the bills start coming in, and so, you know, if nothing else, that kind of propels you to kind of get back on the horse and move forward.
So you're gonna make a dragon. So you do this, you do that, and then you do that. So there you go, dragon.
About like a week after Aidan died, a friend of his came to me and he said, you know, Aidan posted something on the internet and it said, you know, I want to make a dent in this world. Just give me a year. That pushed me forward, and it's like, okay, you know, if I give up, then I'm a victim too, and I will, you know, carry the baton, and we will make a dent in this world. And I did a postcard campaign, and we sent, I think it was like 5,000 postcards to Stephen Harper to ban handguns. I wanted to get Aidan's name out there, so I wrote a letter to every politician. I got involved with a group called UMOVE, United Mothers Opposing Violence Everywhere, and also the Coalition for Gun Control. And at that point, we were fighting hard to keep the gun registry. And the gun registry had been started by the sisters and the mothers and the families of the women from Ecole Polytechnique. When you suffer a tragedy, people feel for you, but at a certain point, they don't really want to see you. People want to move on with their lives. So I was able to be with very smart, intelligent women, and, you know, speaking about our stories, but not in a victim kind of way, but as, you know, how are we going to move forward? How are we going to keep the streets safer for other young people? Aidan was killed, but he didn't suffer, you know, and that gave me a lot of comfort. And even though the fella that killed Aidan, he's, you know, we believe that he's in jail for another crime, so at least he's off the street. So that gives me comfort. You learn to live with a tragedy. You don't ever get over a tragedy. You lived a good life. You had a good, full life at 20 years, and you had fun. And, you know, whether you're an 80-year-old woman or you're one of his friends, you know, or just an acquaintance. Like everyone knew who Aidan was, and it was like he always was laughing. He was always really kind, and that gives me, you know, I feel really proud. He never put anyone down, and he was a happy guy. You know, who knows? He would have been 30 this January, so who knows where he would have ended up? I don't know, but he would have been having fun. When I have a certain person that I'm working with, like a couple years ago, I was doing a lot of research into cancer. I had 3 people that had cancer, so I was kind of concentrating on just making sure I was giving them the best possible treatments. And lately I've had a lot of people with, you know, spinal injuries. So many people suffer from headaches, so I've been taking a cranial sacral course, and it's just very light, gentle work, but the results are really good. So it's almost like if I'm treating someone with a condition, then I kind of pursue the knowledge after that, because I just want to make sure I give them the best possible treatment. You know, it's been 10 years now, so it's really just the last couple years that I feel really inspired to get back to becoming a healer. You know, you're not going to run the marathon right at the beginning. You know, it's going to be little steps, because you want to have wins. You know, so you want to do like one little change, and it's like, yeah, and do it for a week, and it's like, yeah, I can do that.